So we are back with the brand new episode of Miami Heat, MyGM here, in NBA 2K18. So last episode was that Washington Wizards game in Miami. We lost that game 80-70. Somewhat close game. It was very tight to the end, and then we just kind of gave up and lost by 10 points. But regardless, huge game at Bradley Beal though. 31 points. We cannot stop him. That's why we lost, basically, is because of Bradley Beal's production. But Clarkson, we had 17 points from him. Pretty good game. We took a lot of three-pointers with him. That's why he basically had a terrible shooting percentage. But other than that, though, when he took shots that he was able to make, obviously, 7-14, not that bad right there. Malcolm Brogdon, newest member of the Heat, 15 points in 20 minutes, plus 2 rebounds, 6 for 8 shooting, 3 for 4 from 3. Then Whiteside, 13-15, solid game from him from the field as well, 5 for 7, and 1 for 2 from the 3. He actually hit a three-pointer. But you have Josh Richardson there, 10 points. Kelly Olynyk 8 points, Wayne Ellington had 4, and Beverly had 3. So right now, take a look at our lineup, kind of clean up a bit because we did make a lot of changes last episode, and we just need to go and clean a few things up right now. So Malcolm Brogdon, I put him at shooting guard now. He's 81 overall. You guys said it would up his overall, and it did, up to 81 overall. So maybe give him a few more minutes after seeing what he could do in a game like that Wizards game. So maybe lower. Who can we lower their minutes? Bam's got to play a little bit of minutes, though. So maybe lower Kelly's a bit. Give Bam a couple minutes here and there. Patrick Beverly, his minutes could go down for sure. Bring Brogdon's minutes up to like 30, 29. Other than that, that's it's pretty good. Because I want to get as many minutes to Julius Randle and Brogdon as possible because they're young. They have some development ahead of them, and I just need them to develop just for this season. Derek Favors, he needs to be playing in the starting role so he doesn't get pissed off and lose his overall because we want to trade him at his highest possible value point, and that's in a couple months there in January, so you got to watch out for that. But right now, we're stuck in November 16th. We have approximately up to this date, maybe November 8th, or not November 8th, January 8th. I want to go sim to that date today because, to be honest, most of these games are pretty uninteresting between November and January 8th. We have a few Celtics games right there, the Golden State game, the Chicago game, but right now, I probably want to play a team like, I don't know, the Milwaukee Bucks, see Brogdon versus former team. That'd be pretty fun to see that. So we'll wait until we face off against the Bucks in that one. So we'll go and sim right now right off the bat because we want to do a couple of simulation. Let's go sim up to Christmas Day and see how our team is doing. Hopefully there isn't too many interruptions because it's MyGM. There's always going to be interruptions in this game mode, so let's go sim. So the recurring storyline in this MyGM so far was that the Miami Heat were to be sold or at least put up for sale, but finally they've been sold to Bob Sanderson, entertainment magnate and NBA superfan. So we have an owner that likes the team, he likes the NBA, he's not going to just get it for value purposes, so that's good to see that. Let's go see if there's any cutscenes that happen with that. So Kelly Olynyk's playing about minutes. Of course, Beverly is too. So let's go see if these guys are tough love kind of guys. Hopefully, most of my players are tough love kind of guys because it's really annoying if they aren't. So Beverly is a tough love guy, and Kelly is a tough love guy. Cool. Let's go start these conversations, get tough love out of the way, and see if you have a meeting with the new owner, Bob Sanderson. I want to see what the cutscenes are like. So to deny tough love, yada yada yada. We up the morale of the rest of the team while just increasing their morale too. So it's pretty good to see that. And if these guys, if their morale dips to like 40s, we can always just add morale in these meetings. Talk to him, tough love. There you go. So our team 8-8 right now. We went and defeated the Washington Wizards the next game, 117-114. I want to see this game. So Beal, 31 points again, but this time Whiteside, 21 points. Wayne Ellington, 20 points. He's pretty good in this game so far for simulation. Julius Randle at 17, Favors at 15, 10 from Clarkson. Brogdon only 7 points, 2 for 7 shooting. Not the greatest, but he'll develop in due time and play better. I want to see his Pacers game though. Brogdon, 10 points in that one. Shooting wasn't the greatest though, actually. Like Wayne Ellington was horrible from the field. Same with Brogdon and Clarkson. So kind of worrying there, but anyway, this year's a write-off, so it doesn't really matter too much to me. It's more about just developing their own overall this season and building on it for next season. So today is the press conference here, and right now, I believe we're meeting with the owner or something. I'm not even sure what's going on here. Okay, so we're talking about the owner here, but it looks like there's one guy's asking, I'm wondering the news of the sale, where does this leave you? Have there been any discussions about your role going forward? And I expect things will be good, because, I mean, they're the same. Haven't talked to the new owner yet, but we spanked the Celtics though. Let's see this game. And we spank the Timberwolves as well by 12 points. Not too much, but here's Bob Sanderson, the new owner of the Miami Heat. McBallin, an honor pleasure to finally meet you. Please call me Andy. So I think we're all on the same page here. Let's make this official, shall we? Sounds good to me. I want to retain your services as general manager of the Miami Heat. How does that sound to you? You still in? Absolutely. So I've heard nothing but positive things from you, even from your rival GMs, and sustain the partnership for a long time. Hope for the same. Did I tell you I'm a huge fan of the Heat? I've been for years. Got posters on your wall and everything. Is that right? Well, I don't know about the posters, but I'm a diehard. I can tell you that. And of course, I follow the team, the press, and I want to echo Brad's words and tell you categorically, with no reservations, that I feel confident in your vision. I like the plan we're going, and I have no plans to replace you. Cool. So I'm not going to get fired at least, but they got me on the long haul. 100% not the case. I believe that you're building here and also believe in the community. So I think you're doing a good job, which I do. I've got no reason to make a change for change's sake. That's not what I'm about, and we're not going to be doing anything while I'm in charge. So it looks like he's giving the keys to me for the team, basically. So it looks like I have full control right now of this team without really the owner impacting what I do, really. I think that's what it really means in the end. But looks like the guy believes in me. Stats are working in my favor, so let's see this. I got this kid, Stephen Lee, Harvard grad, total genius, eats, breathes, and sleeps metrics. He's working on some incredible stuff right now. Not only could he crunch the numbers, but he got deeply innovative ideas on how to build technology from the ground up. He's going to put us light years ahead of the competition, biometrics, sleep schedules, strobe light training, player movement tracking, the whole thing. I'm not qualified to get in the nitty-gritty details, but I'm qualified enough to say he's a genius. Steven's going to disrupt the entire analytics industry. So is that a new trainer, or what's going on here? So Steven's doing this, yada yada yada. Okay, so championships. Do I want a big shiny ring I could shove in haters' faces? Yeah, of course I do, but I'm less concerned with the results than maybe you're used to. My expectation is if we act rationally, the results will come, but you can't panic if you make a rational decision that backfires. Okay? That's gonna happen. It just is. Life is unpredictable. What I expect of you from is more than a championship is that you maintain your process until the facts dictate that you adjust your process. I want you to act based on your core beliefs. Did you make a decision for the right reasons? Great. Whatever happens, if you made the right decision at that time according to all the information at your disposal, I'll be happy. Not as happy as if we're raising a banner, obviously, but I'll be happy. I expect you to value the draft like your life depends on it, because let's be honest here, it does. Forgetting cost-controlled contracts for a second, which is huge. The kind of guys we need to put us over on top, we're gonna have to find them in the draft. That doesn't mean I expect you to explore trades. You never know what can happen, but the draft will absolutely make or break us, which is true because this season is a huge draft for us because we need to either get Staples, Baldwin, or the other dude in the top 3 at least, because those guys are huge franchise players for basically the NBA. We got to get at least one of them. But I expect you to spend smartly on the free agents and not make splashy moves just to bring in washed up stars for the box office. I'm no interested in that at all. If a role player makes sense, sign the role player. So we're not going to get guys like, say, some old dude like 75 overall, 36 years old. He wants like $30 million. We're not going to do that kind of thing, I guess. He doesn't want that. So coaching, I want a coach to adapt to the players and utilize their strengths. I don't want him establishing a system that players must adapt to no matter what. There will not be one and only one way of doing things here. If there is, I expect it to involve hard work and dedication to craft. I expect the coach, whoever he is. Well, isn't Eric Spoelstra going to be the coach, though, for the next couple of years? Because he's been in this system for years, though, like over 10 years. I'm not going to fire him. I expect the coach, whoever it is, to establish an identity as a team based on what he can realistically accomplish for their players. That's it. There's a lot of talking here. So yeah, I want a championship, but don't want you making panic moves to try and save your job. I don't want you doing things that make it look good in the press that don't make sense based on the data we have at our disposal. Your job is safe. I want you to feel empowered. Act from a position of strength, not fear. Does that make all sense to you? Music to my ears, Bob. So, one more thing to discuss with you in this delicate situation. Very sensitive. Okay. There's no easy way to say this, but I'm not going to mince words. I'm looking to move the team. We're going to Seattle. Oh my god. This is not good. I want to stay in Miami though. Oh. So I'm not going to mince words. I'm looking to move the team to Seattle. It's been my hometown. They deserve a team. I want it to be my legacy. I'm bringing basketball back to Seattle. Wow, that's, okay. I know it's a shock. How does this sit with you? Well, assuming this happens, it will be a huge adjustment for everyone, but you know, you're the owner, and that's your decision to make. Not going to change anything for me, though. I'm still going to do my job, and I'm still committed to bring this team a championship wherever we play. I know this isn't easy for you. This is a massive change. Your life is here, your family is here, your friends. I'm not a bad guy. I don't take joy in uprooting anyone, but I strongly believe this is what we have to do. I think at the end of the day, it's the right thing to do. This is certainly right. I mean, like you said, I'm not anticipating moving to Seattle, so I appreciate you, acknowledging that. But this is my dream job. You got me wherever you need me. It's not like we don't travel all the time anyway. Being away from home is part of the deal. I appreciate your attitude. This is not easy here, and I'm sure it comes as a shock. And again, this goes without saying, but keep this between me and you, okay? There are a million moving pieces to this thing. If it doesn't work out, I don't want to be alienated the entire city for nothing, okay? Makes sense? Loud and clear, boss. Please, call me Bob. So, we just got a huge bombshell dropped on us. The team is moving to Seattle, most likely. But we cannot talk to anybody about this. The press, if they even ask us, we just gotta deny the whole 9 yards. So, that's pretty crazy, though. The team now moving to Seattle. I don't know when it's gonna move to Seattle. Maybe after the season. But Beverly's talked about improving his organizational role. Man, we gotta do... I want to win Miami a championship, but frick. You had to move the team to Seattle pretty much next season, I believe. But earn a starting spot? No, you haven't. You suck. I don't know why Beverly thinks he's done well, though. Like, if you look at his stats right now, he's not that good this season. I took a chance getting Beverly, but he's not really paying up for right now at all. Like, sure, his production isn't the great, like, his usage isn't the greatest, but still, he's shooting underwhelmingly terrible. Like, his turnovers per game is almost triple, not really triple, basically double what it was in Houston. His field goal percentage is down, his three-pointers down, his free throws down, his minutes per game are still there, I guess. I don't know what's going on there. But right now he's averaging 11.9, he's averaging 5.4 and 7.5. So it's actually pretty good for a point guard, though. Like, that's actually pretty solid, so that's not too bad for him. But, oh, I guess that's per 36 minutes, never mind. So, 6.8 points per game he's averaging this season, 3.1 rebounds, 4.3 assists, and yeah, still his shooting percentage is down, 3-pointers down, and his free throws down. So, Beverly thinking he's earned a starting spot is a huge misleading thing. But we'll go and see what contract extensions are for right now. Looks like Julius Randle wants to test free agency, same with Derek Favors. Favors is gone, he's out here. Julius Randle, however, I really want to keep him on board, though, so we got to really work some magic if we want him back. Beverly, we could even trade himself if he's terrible at the point of January 9th. We could just trade him there. Wayne Ellington, I want to bring him back. Haslam and Terry are gone, though. So, Julius Randle is really the only one, same with Ellington, that I actually want back next season. But Derek Favors, he's a goner for sure. We've never had him in our plans for the rest of the season, and even next season too, so it's not really a surprise to see him wanting to test free agency. But right now we'll go and keep on simming to January 9th, and hopefully there isn't too many interruptions or bombshells dropped on us again, like that Seattle thing. So Bob wants us back again, draft stuff, scouting department, okay. So right now he's talking about basically of how impactful this draft is compared to 03 right now. So Staples, Baldwin, and Petrovic. Who does he want? That's right. Now I'm sure you know this, but everything we've got on these guys is fantastic. Their NBA comps are they're amazing. Stevens got all the numbers adjusted for age, level of competition, home away splits, the player type, even the balls they use. Apparently there's some pretty big differences, and it's nothing short of astonishing. I've watched a lot of film too, and man, they say good players pop on film, but these three explode. They're in a different class. Like I've said, they're very impressive, sir. Bob, please. Right, Bob. So look, right now in the standings, I think we've got to do everything we can do to get one of these top 3 picks. I mean, nobody on our team is untouchable, not even Hassan Whiteside. No asset is off the table. Future first, cash considerations, whatever it takes. Well, we have no draft picks though. Like literally, we started off with no draft picks at all for this MyGM, which kind of sucks because we can't really make any trades. But at least we have Derek Favors as a trade chip though. But anyway, you may think we're doing okay right now, but I don't want to do okay. I want to transform the franchise. I want a chip, and these guys can get us there. I don't need to tell you this level of talent is rare. You know that, and expect you to do whatever it takes to put us in position to land one of these guys. Freddie, Mirko, Jackson, doesn't matter. Just get me one of these guys, please. And yeah, actually, I want to blow it up though. This is my whole entire plan, is to get one of those 3 guys, and finally someone actually agrees with me on this game. So gotta start working the phones though. So right now, January 9th, huge day for the franchise, because if we can pull off a huge trade to get some future first, and maybe even, I don't know, some not superstar, but like at least draft picks that are manageable to go and maybe get some leverage to get one of those 3 guys in the draft. But I got the trainer here, have him just always train. It's his job, isn't it? So right now we're 11-10. Our team is not, like, our team isn't doing that bad, but I want them to do worse though, because because we want one of these 3 guys at least. But right now, Freddie Staples, Jackson Baldwin, Mirko Petrovic. Pretty much, I don't care what we get in this draft besides one of these 3 guys. Like, we cannot get like a Eugene Law or a John Malkus. We want one of these 3 dudes. Right now, it's looking like we want to get probably a Jackson Baldwin type, because he fits in better with our system. Because right now we have Jordan Clarkson at point guard. Center, we got Hassan Whiteside. It just makes sense to get Jackson Baldwin out of the 3. Plus he's younger too, and he's got a higher, or not higher, a height, but this seems like a better overall player for our team. But right now, nice job, yada yada yada. Just go and scout those players again. So let's do this. So we need to get the first overall pick somehow in this draft. I don't know how we're gonna pull this off, but we're gonna pull this off though. We have to do it. So we'll go and scout those guys. See what's going on here. So Cody Zeller and a first-round pick for Wayne Ellington and Udonis Haslam. A trade isn't actually that bad, actually. So we're getting Cody Zeller's trash though. That's the problem. So he's averaging 10.1. He's actually not that bad, actually. His shooting is actually pretty good this season, over 500. That's not that bad. Cody Zeller, he's making 12 million, I think. Yeah, but they got no, it's like a 2020 pick. I don't want that. Plus, Wayne Ellington is a guy I want to keep around, so we'll exclude that. So right now we have Derek Walton. Who is this dude? Derek Walton. I didn't even know we had a Derek Walton. I think he's like the worst player on a roster. Point guard, Derek Walton. Yeah, I really don't care what happens to him. Yeah, he's got barely any potential, really, but we'll just go send him down to the G League. He's not going to get picked up at all, so it doesn't really matter too much. So let's go quickly. Come on, I don't know why it's taking so long to send January 9th, but let's go return the player. Derek Jones, okay, just return, decline this trade, and move on. Okay, so we just went and beat the freaking Warriors out of all the teams in the NBA. Oh, this team is... Oh, we're leading our division now. I don't want this to... Actually, wait. It doesn't matter to us because our pick is gone. So this year, our team could actually... I don't know why I've been thinking all wrong about this. So we just got to go and get a team's pick that is just drop dead terrible and hope that they tank to like first or second. Because we could always just move up from the draft, though. It won't be that bad to move up from the draft. We have assets to move up in the draft, but... Our team doesn't even have our own pick, so it doesn't really matter if we suck or if we don't suck. It'd actually be in our favor if we did not suck, because that means there's one less lottery pick in the draft. So that's not that bad, actually. We could actually do decent this season without really tanking that much. But just Winslow's complaining again. Winslow's one of those guys where I doubt he's going to really progress at all in this franchise mode. Like, if you look 3 years down the line, he's probably still going to be like 80 overall. So right now, I'm pretty sure he's not a tough love guy, but I'll give him tough love though. So Winslow, he's complaining again. We'll just go deny tough love. Holy 24, are you kidding me? Okay, so we gotta go maybe pump his tires just a little bit in there, because he is pissed off right now. That is not good. Okay, so Justice, come on, stop being a baby. You'll light a spark. There we go. So at least he's 75 now, but how do we beat the Warriors of all the teams right now? Ellington 22, Brogdon 18, Richardson 14, Hassan Whiteside 14-11. How'd they suck so bad? Curry 34, Klay Thompson 24, Kevin Durant 14 points. He was horrible against us. How did we lock up Kevin Durant? I don't get that. I guess Richardson might have been playing against them because he is Right now he is playing small forward, so he would be playing D against them. So Josh Richardson put the clamps on Kevin Durant and only held him to 14 points and a W for us. That's pretty good, actually. That's solid. So the Warriors are beatable even against a team that is not even trying, because we're not trying, to be honest, right now. So they're still waiting for January 9th day, but everyone keeps interrupting. Right now, we're all here right now, okay? Eric, why don't you start? Morning, everyone. I think we keep this pretty short. I know we've got busy schedules. Josh missed practice yesterday, and I'm not, how should I say this? I'm not exactly thrilled with this response. What I want from you as well, I want to make it perfectly clear that this sort of thing is unacceptable, and I want to make it sure it never happens again. Pretty cut and dried, I think. Josh, why don't you tell me what actually happened? It's like this, McBallin. Practice at 11 o'clock when you don't have a game. Anyway, but this practice, they moved it up to 9:30. It's not that I can not get there at 9:30. I'm a pro. I know that. But man, what can I say? You get used to the thing, it changes. Sometimes you just mess up, you know? It wasn't intentional, you've got one job, Josh, one job, and that's giving everything you got to this organization. There's no in-between to it. Practice at 11, okay? Sure, most days, but not every day, and you know that. We gave everyone the calendar app pre-populated to specifically avoid this kind of situation. We even put it on your phone for you. Got the app, right? Sure I did. I'm just saying it wasn't intentional. How hard is it if you open an app every night before you go to bed? Takes 10 seconds and these guys live on their phones. It's not like we're asking them to lug around in some binder or something. It's right there in their pocket. It's no excuse. You're telling me you can't do simply one thing as opening an app, and you're telling me you're not willing to give me your all, and I can't have that. Won't have that. Not on my team. Alright, so I think we've got enough information here. Anything you want us to know, gentlemen? What can we do about this? Let's just move on. It's just one practice. You see, you're sorry? Yeah, of course, like I said. And it's the first time you missed practice, right? First and only. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna promise me you won't go missing again. We'll call it even. Oh, wait, Andy, look. You might think I'm being too hard on Josh, but we can't set this kind of precedent. Honest mistake or not. You let this go, small as it seems, and it sends a message to all the rest of the guys. It's okay to just let things slip from time to time. It's not okay. We're not running a rec league. This is the NBA. Championships are won and lost on details. It's simple. You can't miss a thing. Not a single thing. Appreciate your position here, Eric, but this is how I want to handle it. You promise this won't happen again, right, Josh? Coach McBallin, I'm sorry. Honestly, I won't promise it won't happen again. So for some reason, Eric Spoelstra has a hard-on for getting Josh Richardson, the man who just clamped down Kevin Durant, in trouble. I don't get it. That just doesn't make any sense to me. So I guess Spoelstra kind of hates me right now, but I really don't care. Julius Randle wants to improve his organizational role. And he is tough love. Cool. So I'm just it's taking forever for the 60-day thing now. I really want Julius Randle to start in this team. The problem is freaking Derek Favors is in the way. So we'll just deny tough love for now. Hopefully he understands and doesn't get pissed off too much. So January 9th is right around the corner here. Come on, Sim. This thing better... Oh, another one. So Winslow is out in there right now with a sprained right knee. Basically our first injury of the season, actually. Like, first major one. So we'll let the coach handle that one. I really don't care. Because basically Winslow to me is nothing. Because he's not really that good right now. And I don't see him progressing. But, doesn't need test free. Yeah, right here I need this one. Grass is not greener. I need that for sure with Derek Favors. Or not Derek Favors, but with Julius Randle. So Clarkson wants to improve his organizational role. How'd that happen? How is Beverly starting over Richardson? I mean, not Richardson, Clarkson. That doesn't make any sense. I did not want Beverly to start over Clarkson. This is weird. I think just for right now, just for like system's sake, I might have to just go to tough love because it just seems to work better that way. Because if you go and promise them minutes, it just lowers the morale of the rest of the team and creates a huge fuss. Like with NBA, I hate when this happens though. Like every 5 seconds a player's complaining, and then if you go and promise him minutes, he's just gonna go complain even more because he won't get it or he'll glitch out, and for some reason he'll get pissed off again. Because that happens so many times in 2K16. It's just so stupid though, and that's the reason why 2K17's MyGM didn't last as long, is because it took so long just to sim basically 2 weeks. Like, it's really annoying. But anyway, this year is not that bad, I guess. It's not as disruptive, but I like as a storyline at least to entertain you. But Derek Favors, he's pissed off again. Let's see what he wants, and he is... Looks like he's maybe a coddler, I'm guessing. Because he's not a tough love guy, so he's probably a coddler. Favors, coddle him. There you go, only lost 5 morale. It's not that bad. So you beat the Nets, 14-11 right now. Simulation. You take a seat. You want to do a dunaki? A what? A dunaki. It's a donut crossed with a cupcake. You haven't heard of it? Huge craze right now. My assistant had to wait in line 3 hours this morning. 6 dunaki limit per customer. What the heck? I just ate, but thanks. They're not that great, to be honest. They're fine, I guess. I just don't know how. I just don't know if they're waiting in line 3 hours fine. Okay. What's up with these weird things, though? Enough about dunakis. I want to talk about something that's pretty important. Shoot. You know I have a son, right, Andy? Sure I do. You haven't met him, have you? Nope. His name's Andrew, named after my old man. He's a good kid, too. Smart, hard worker, a little headstrong sometimes, but ultimately a real sweetheart. So here's the thing. Anyway, Andrew puts his mind to anything puts his mind to, he gets after it. He's a real attack dog, but he needs a little direction. He's tried a couple career paths, finance, artisanal, bread baking, real estate, but none of them really grabbed him by the heart. None of them were a true calling. You understand what it's like. It's been a while since I had my doubt, but everyone goes through that when they're young. I know you'll understand. I think it's part of the problem, to be honest, but he's never had a real mentor. I do my best to guide him as a father, but I don't know the first thing about making bread. That makes 2 of us. But I was thinking, you know, he's always been just as passionate about the Heat as I am. He may not get everything from me. He's got his mom's eyes, but I definitely grouped him in the right fan department. So anyway, we're talking to him over dinner the other night, and he's told me he'd like to be involved with the team. Oh god. I'm guessing, here's my guess. He'll go and introduce him as the assistant GM, and then like 1 year down the line, he's gonna fire me and let his son take over. That's what I'm guessing. But anyway, talking to him over dinner, he wants to be involved with the team. I skipped the block first, but he doesn't have the experience. But then I thought, so what? Nobody's born with experience. You get experience by doing. I'm not saying this because he's my kid, but Andrew's as smart as they come. Finished in the top of his class in high school, went to Cornell. What the heck? Is this Andy Bernard from The Office here at Cornell? His name's Andrew. He went to Cornell. I think he's Andy Bernard. But anyway, graduated with a dual major in English and American Studies. What I'm saying is he's the right person to guide him, the right person to harness his energy and show what it takes to perfect your craft. I think he can flourish, and I think you're that person. Yep. Oh god, it's gonna start this storyline off. So what I want to do is make Andrew your assistant GM. He'll be your apprentice, basically. There's no better person to learn from than someone at the top of their profession, and that's you. Now this isn't some legacy case, yada yada yada. Okay, so I think this actually has a huge implication right now. Like, if I say yes, he's eventually gonna take over. Oh god, he's the owner though. I don't want Andy Bernard taking my job. Let's just go ahead. No. Look, Bob, I'm flattered you think I'd make a good teacher, but this isn't a good idea. I see. I'm sure you said this is true. I'm sure Andrew's a smart kid, a hard worker, but he doesn't know the business. Someone like him, he's got to start all the way at the bottom, shagging balls in the video room. Then, you know, you see how things go. But assistant GM, there's a mile long of guys with years of experience that are just as smart and just as hardworking as Andrew and be jumping to the front of that line. Now, how is that going to make me look if I hire your son over someone who's 10 times more qualified for the job? Word gets around this business. It makes us look weak. And besides, now I mean this with all due respect, it'll be a burden. I don't have time to teach someone. This is a 24-hour job as it is. Every minute I spend teaching Andrew will be a minute I'm not on the phones with their GMs, or I'm not scouting players, or talking to finance guys about the new CBA. I can't do my job if I have to teach someone how to do theirs. So right now, yada yada yada. Well, I'm a little disappointed, but I hear what you're saying. If you think this will make it harder for you to do your job, I do, Bob. Well, then I said I'm disappointed, but I respect you for speaking up. I'm sure it's not easy to tell a boss that you don't want to work with his son. Just make sure you don't lose any of that world-class focus on the job first at hand, okay? Show me you've made the right call by deciding against this. So I think I just dodged a bullet by not allowing his son to be in there, though. Because I swear I've heard of this storyline before. So, Bob here, I've asked around, you haven't contacted anyone about acquiring a top pick. You promised me. Don't promise me something if you don't plan on delivering. Don't tolerate dishonesty. Okay, so... Okay, so I thought about what you said yesterday, but I've decided to have... Oh my god. I understand your reservations, but I have full faith and confidence that you two will make it work. Andrew's a smart kid, you'll see. I think you'll like working with them. Let me know if you want to talk about it. Oh no, so I guess we'll see what happens, but I'm probably gonna get fired pretty soon. Okay, so the guy's pissed off that I haven't acquired a top pick yet, but I'm waiting until I get Derek Favors' 60-day thing off, though. Like, I'm really waiting on this. Okay, so 4 days for that. 24 and 24. Just gotta wait 24 days for this. That's 24 days from the 12th. That's like the 5th or 6th. Okay, so I want to sim this, but I'm scared he's gonna like get pissed off and fire me. But I'll bite the bullet anyway. We'll see what happens. Because I know I'll get fired over one simple thing like that. Like, it takes a lot to get fired. So you get spanked by the Portland Trail Blazers. Another office thing again. Scouting report at least. That's not too bad. So Freddie Staples. I know these guys are studs already, but let's go and get them fully scouted. Okay, so the owner's talking again. Holy frick. This owner is really pissing me off. I want to talk about Andrew, what went down. Alright, let's talk about it. I know you're not happy. Should have told you first, but he's not some lazy rich kid. So this guy's in love with his son, pretty much. I trust you. Because if I piss off the owner, though, he's just going to fire me. Okay, so I trust him, yada, yada, yada. So it looks like his son's going to be my assistant GM. I've heard this storyline before. I'm pretty sure he's probably going to take over my job soon, but we'll see what happens. So the new kid waits up is here now. What can I do for you, Andrew? I was hoping you talk to him for a minute. I got a couple things I want to run by you. Okay. So I want to feel like we got off a bad start, and I just want to, you know, set a couple things straight. Well, you know how it looks. Spoiled rich kid, no credentials, gets the job because he's the boss' son. Sounds about right. Yep. You get where I'm coming from. Well, this is going to be a little awkward, but that's why I want to talk about it. You know, get everything out in the open. Communicate. Absolutely. Great. That's great. So, look, I know you're not going to be best friends, but I'm not dumb. But I hope at least, you know, be cordial to each other, and we could, as we work, as you know, respect each other as colleagues. Let's see. Respect is earned. Respect will come around when it's earned, Andy. As for awkwardness, well, I find the thing is kind of unpredictable. Like I promise is, I'll treat you with fairness and I'll treat you like an adult. Right on. I mean, totally. That makes perfect sense. Just give me a chance to show you what I'm about. I promise I'm not some spoiled little rich kid. I work constantly. I'm always on my grind. High motor. So speaking of, I talked to shop with you a minute. You got a minute? Frick. I just tons talking this episode. I'm sorry, but I hate this storyline so much. Got me there. Just hoping I can run a few things more by you. Everyone's got goals. Okay, so he wants to be the GM. But so far in the future, I know that. In order to get there, I need like a mentor. It's a team sport, right? Sure it is. I need someone who knows what they're doing, you know, who can let me know when my technique is bad, walks on, walks off. My question for you is, how do you really know what you're doing? Actually, yes, I do. Well, it depends on who you ask, but in my opinion, yes, I know how to do my job, Andrew. Yeah, I know, I'm just kidding. You're a legend. Everyone knows that. To be serious, though, for a second. Please. Yeah, of course, my dad wants me to be GM one day, but that's a long way off. A long way off. Not till either of us is ready. That's a promise. That's very considerate of you. I'm just going to be open and communicate with you. 100% ready. Sounds like a plan. Okay. So this guy is saying he doesn't want to take my job, but really he does want to take my job. So first thing I got to say is I agree with my old man about this year the draft. If you see on Staples kid, Jackson tells me he's better than Westbrook. I mean, are you kidding me? A better version of Mr. Triple-Double signed me up twice. But you shouldn't rule out signing a star this summer either. LeBron, a Curry, Durant, or bring a championship home. And we're not going to do that with a 19-year-old running the show, even if he is a future MVP. Like that being said, I don't want to get reckless. And yeah. So, yeah, that's basically what my plan is. Sign a guy who's pretty good, plus get that first overall pick. That's pretty much my plan. This just takes way too much time though. So he wants to get after LeBron. LeBron's not going anywhere, Andrew. Neither is Durant, neither is Curry. Those kind of guys don't go to the highest bidder. LeBron isn't swayed by a PowerPoint. LeBron left Miami to go home. Durant left Oklahoma to play with one of the greatest teams of all time. A team that so happens to play what it is, by all accounts, a remarkably fun brand of basketball. So I appreciate your zeal. I need you to, you know, go back to the drawing board, come up with a few ideas that have a little bit more depth. Sound good to you? Of course. Thanks for your time. So the another office thing, but the new kid, I don't like this thing. It's really annoying. The overall, because I can't even do anything without them interrupting. That's the worst thing. So I think everyone else is fine. Like, I really don't need to fire anybody yet. I'll probably fire this dude, though. John Smith and Andrew Liu. But right now, I think we'll be good keeping around the Eric Spoelstra and... who else? I think actually Eric Spoelstra is really the only one I'll keep. Even Kevin Nicholson, too, I guess. Okay, so the guy came back without talking about signing LeBron. He wants to get under the radar guys and Willie Hernangomez. Okay. Steven, show me this. So it looks like he's pretty efficient then. For his salary. That's not too bad actually. So right now they want Willie Hernangomez. Wait, let's see if it's a demand. I know here's what I know, Andrew. I know these numbers are impressive, but I also know your dad wants me to trade for someone. Whoever it is, he can come into my office and tell me himself. I'm not in the business of interrupting innuendo from outside sources and figuring out basically means definitely. My boss can tell me what he needs to tell me, you understand? Look, hey, look, it's nothing personal. I'm not trying to go outside the chain of command. You know, he's my father. We talk, we hang out, work comes up, that's all. I'm not trying to go behind your back or anything like that. If it's a man, your father needs to tell me. That's basically it. That's all and well and good, but until your father tells me otherwise, I'm the GM of this team and I have final say in all personnel decisions. If he basically demands a trade for Hernangomez, you'll have to tell me myself. Now, if you don't mind, Andy, I have a pretty jam-packed schedule, you know, as the GM, since I'm the GM. Of course, boss, leave it to you. Think about it, okay? Have a good day. So, oh, it's just gonna be cutscene after cutscene, but right now, it looks like we have to trade for Willie Hernangomez, because I'm pretty sure the guy probably is demanding to get Willie Hernangomez. And it's actually not that bad, too. He has good production. But we have a couple more days until January 6th, I believe. But right now, just tons of cutscenes. This new owner is pissing me off. So you haven't reached out to the Knicks about Hernangomez yet? No, I haven't. You want to tell me why? It's not the right time. We don't have any leverage. I respect your position, but this isn't a request. I want you to have power to do your job. The success of this franchise or failure at the end of the day comes down to me. If you're worried about accountability, I own this decision 100%. My decision, it's final. I'm not sitting here with my fingers crossed hoping you'll seat my way. Whether you like it or not, I need to go out and get Hernangomez. You can't just get whoever you want because you want them. It doesn't work that way. Maybe not, but you're definitely not going to get him if you don't try. I want you to go and see what you can do to bring in Hernangomez. If you don't have the right assets, we'll cross that bridge when it comes to that, but I want you to do your best you can. Are we clear here? Okay, so looks like, yeah, this is getting really weird though. So it looks like Bob Sanderson's really promoting his son and getting way too close to stepping over my territory as GM of the Heat. So right now, that being said, I know you're right. I swear my heart is an accident. What can I say? I love the team. We talk about the team. It comes up. What else can fathers do with their sons talk about? I mean, it's just about sports. What else is there? A little grandiose, but okay. I'm just saying, it doesn't come down like that. It wasn't my intention at all. It's promising my assistant GM will come up to me with more offers. More orders from daddy. I can't work that way. Yeah, my word. Anything like this going forward, you hear it from me first. There we go. So at least we don't have that little boy running around trying telling us what to do with our job. Wait one more. Just wait 1 week. 1 single week. And I can get a trade done. Because this thing is really pissing me off. Because I'm about to go and trade some players. And then the freaking GM's like, oh, go acquire that first round pick. Oh, do this. But I don't have the assets right now to go and trade people though. That's the problem. So we'll increase, we'll just do trust. Okay, so a couple more days. Oh god, another cutscene. Okay, so scouting report. See this. So it looks like Baldwin's 83 overall, Petrovic is 84, Staples 82, Odell Shepard's 81, Malkus is 80. That's actually pretty good numbers right there. So we'll just go scout small forwards, we'll do that. Best available. There you go. So a couple more days until we can do that trade. We have a trade on the table right here. So Buddy wanted, that was the previous owner, but Buddy wanted Vince Carter. I'd be getting Vince Carter. I get Buddy Hield out of this. Why do they want to get rid of Buddy Hield? I don't get it. So Buddy Hield for Justice Winslow and Kelly Olynyk. This trade is money for us though, because we get rid of Winslow, who's been stinking up the team. The problem is we acquire Buddy Hield, who would be playing... Could he play small forward, actually? Not really. Unless we stick... Oh, we can maybe stick... Brogdon somewhere. This 60-day thing's pissing me off, though. I really wish I could trade players immediately after acquiring them, but it's the way it is, I guess. So Winslow's sitting around, kind of stinking up the area. We'd be getting Buddy Hield out of this. This is the obvious no-brainer trade, but how will this fit out with their team, though? That's the thing. Because I don't think this would actually really fit with their team. So how many years left does Buddy Hield have on his contract? He has like 2 more. So Buddy Hield, solid player. I think he'd do very well on this team. He's averaging 16.7 right now. Unless we go and get rid of Wayne Ellington with Buddy Hield. Actually, I'll do that. Buddy Hield's too good to pass up on. So Winslow and Olynyk for Buddy Hield and Vince Carter. That way Bam gets minutes over Olynyk. I think it's a no-brainer trade for us. Done deal. So we acquired another young player in Buddy Hield. Go sim to January 6th and see what these wins are. Julius Randle's talking about improving organizational role. We'll go tough love him. Don't worry, he'll be in the starting lineup in only a few more days. You just gotta wait. He's got like 1 more game when he's on the bench. Tonight, tough love. This sim, come on. We gotta get past this next game. Okay, so Jackson Liu on the class being the most low in lifetime. Pretty hard to forget something like that. Tuck this stake and drive it all on the ground with that, Andy. Okay. Early on, I thought, these guys could be as good as the 03 class. Wade, Melo, LeBron, exactly. But lately, I'm thinking they're even better. I really don't have time for this today, Jackson. I'm not kidding. Remember that top 3 I told you about? Petrovic, Staples, Baldwin. That's right. So I want you, so you know I was high on them already. That is correct. But since these guys increased their stocks the last time we talked, all 3 of them, and they're already started out like Apple levels, Coca-Cola, Xerox, or a brand you want to bring up. I appreciate your enthusiasm, Jackson, but I've got a busy schedule. Alright, let me leave you at this, though. Remember Jackson Baldwin, the Creek Freak? We gotta work on that nickname, whatever you want to call him. Last week against South Dakota State, this guy dished out 21 assists. 21? 21, Andy. Venti, Uno, Blackjack. I got it, Jackson. Not only that, though, he put up 38 points, shot 5 for 6 from downtown, and grabbed 7 boards. Now, granted, he did against South Dakota State, but they've got a long front court and they're pretty athletic everywhere. Didn't matter, he picked them apart. He got to the basket at will, so they started throwing doubles and triples at him. Didn't matter, recognized every shot every time, and kept hitting wide open jumpers, or wide open shooters. He puts it right in the red baskets too, pinpoint accuracy, this kid's got it. And let me remind you, he's 6'10", 6'10", running around like that like he's Jason Kidd. Whatever hype you're hearing, believe it. There's no possible way to exaggerate what these 3 are capable of. Alright, you got it, Skip. So, Jackson Baldwin seems insanely good. I don't want to trade Julius Randle. Get out of here. Get that garbage out of here. So, January 4th and the 5th, I think we're now finally at trade day. Are we finally at trade day? And we are finally at trade day, finally. So, anyway, I'm just going to end this episode off right here. It's a very, 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 very long episode with a lot of cutscenes, but it had to be done. We have a new owner. His son's annoying. He's now the assistant GM, and they want to move the team to Seattle. Pretty much is the whole conclusion of this episode. Next episode will be the trade episode. We trade Derek Favors and a couple other players for first-round picks, and hopefully build on, acquiring the top pick in next year's draft to get Jackson Baldwin. But anyway, guess let's step off right here. Make sure to like, subscribe for more Heat MyGM. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.